Oh boy.
Also a loaded 11 a.m. slate. Loaded early slate on Saturday, by the way. Clemson at Georgia Tech. Clemson minus 3.5 is the line. Game total 52.5. All right, this one's one of the harder ones to cap here. I like that Georgia Tech held out Haynes King. I think that was that was the right move. He's been in that offense for over a year, so it's not like he needs like additional reps with the first team. I think he's perfectly comfortable. So I'm taking Georgia Tech plus the 3.5, and I'm sprinkling the money line. I don't. This Clemson team, came in with a ton of hype, and we haven't seen it on the field. They did not look good against LSU, and I think I don't think Georgia Tech has better athletes, but they have, I think, a little bit higher level of physicality, and I think that's going to mess with them. So give me the Yellow Jackets plus the 3.5, sprinkle the money line, and I lean to the under here. What say you?
Yeah, I like I like battling, but we're gonna stay even here on these first two bets because it's tough for me to bet against a hot Georgia Tech team
Yeah.
against this just kind of fallen dynasty a little bit, fallen dynasty amongst Clemson. Cade Klubnik, tough watch. He came into form. Troy, Troy just ate their lunch. If you watched that game, I wish I got in on that, but that game was fantastic. How could you not root for Troy? And they just dominated, and it was just one of those inevitable things that happen when a good team's down, a much better team, more funded team is down. They're going to end up winning this game eventually, no matter how. And they came out in the second half, played pretty good. But I'm going to take the edge here on Georgia Tech. I think everyone's going to bet this Clemson. It feels a little baity with the -3.5.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a baiting line, 100%. That's why that's part of the reason I like it.
And I like Haynes King, man. I like his swagger. I think we can see just that random 50-yard rush that he breaks off on a couple broken tackles down the sideline. And yeah, the over's actually shooting up. I see it at 54, some places 53.
Really?
Maybe we wait on that under because I think the only way to beat Clemson, if Clemson scores 27 points, 34 points, they win this game. Georgia Tech needs to try to contain them to 23, 24 and under because if Clemson's going to be able to function that offense, their defense kind of outmatches Georgia Tech a little bit. So there's an advantage there. But I like them to cover for sure. Can be talked into sprinkling the money line. I definitely bet them to cover the 3.5.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. I'm all in on this. I like the money line. In fact, I've already bet the money line here. But,
I'm in. Yeah, that's all I need.
All right, cool. All right, so